control. Okay, so let me continue with flow control. So before we start with flow control, let us quickly see the TCP segment structure which you would have seen in the previous class. So here uh, uh, the sequence number, acknowledgement number, uh, receive window size, okay, uh, that is number of bytes a receiver willing to accept. Okay, that's a field which we are going to see now. RCW, receive window field. Okay, you are able to see that, right? This one, receive window field. This is the one we are going to see today in major, and also we are going to see fields related to this flags, reset flag, synchronous flag, final flag. This all you will set either 1 or 0. If it is fin flag is set, it has got a meaning. Okay, it can be 1 or 0, etc. Okay, so that's what this particularly we are going to see these two, the flag field as well as receive window field today. I think already you have seen source port, destination port, sequence number, acknowledgement number, etc. Okay. One common error what we all make most of the time is the sequence number and acknowledgement number always will be counted in bytes, not as segment. Okay, you know the data will be divided into small pieces which we call as segments, and each segment will be numbered 1 2 3 like that. Okay, so this value usually we mistake like segment number. It is not actually segment number, it is number of bytes which is going to be transferring. Same, the first piece segment is 100 bytes, then the number will be 1 initially. The second segment, the sequence number will be 101 because 100 bytes already you have sent. The third will be 201. It will keep on going like that. Okay, and this also is similar to that. This also is counted in bytes. Okay, all of you have a look to this. If any confusion, you can ask me now. This header format is very important. You must be thorough with this, then only you can
Sir,
yeah.
so what is the options part, sir? Like,
Options is basically not used. Okay, this will be used for some specific communications. What example I can tell? Suppose you are developing a protocol or you are developing an application by yourself. You can write code to include some values here. This is not what do you say, mandatory field basically. There is no specific meaning of it. It can be depends on the protocol or application what you are using. No immediate example is coming into my mind. If something comes on the go, I'll just tell.
yes, sir.
Okay, shall I proceed, guys? Okay. Now, another important concept of TCP is TCP flow control. Okay. And remember, this is not there with UDP. Only TCP handles does have this feature, right? This particular header field is not there in UDP header format, which you have already studied. So the TCP flow control is standing between IP and application. So, okay. Say the application may remove data from TCP socket buffer. Say for example, you are browsing internet. Okay, when the first byte of data or first segment is coming, it can pull out that data from the TCP header or TCP protocol and display your HTML code in your browser. So that means that data is cleared. Or what it can do is it can keep that data in the TCP. It can keep that data in the TCP buffer, and then it can keep that data in the TCP buffer, and all together at the end, it can deliver that to application layer. Okay, all together at the end, it can deliver to application layer. Okay, so that is what it meant. Application may remove data from TCP socket buffers. Okay, and now if it is not removed, then what is the problem? Your TCP socket buffer will be occupied for that data, and subsequent data may not get enough space to get it stored. Okay, you got that problem? Okay, that is the issue when you are not removing it, or if there is a delay to remove it. Okay, now slower than TCP receiver is delivering, sender is sending. So whatever sender is sending the data, it will get accumulated here. Okay, and one by one TCP socket will deliver that to application process. So the problem here is this is not an infinite memory. Usually this will be some 4 KB or something, for 4096 bytes or something. That's the usual capacity. Some cases there may be more. Say for example, if you have a server configured, then for the server you will have the socket TCP socket buffer bigger. It is slightly manageable for the network engineers through software anyway. Anyway, we are not considering that high level part as of now, but please understand that it is defined. It is, if I say 4096, it is 4096. So around 4 packets it can hold. Beyond that, around 4 segments it can hold. Beyond that, it cannot hold. So whatever is coming beyond 4096, it will get rejected. It will get dropped. It is not going to be stored. So basically, the data will be lost here. Then it will end up in problems like resending and other things, okay, which you have already studied. When resending will take place, okay, you have already studied in yesterday's class, I guess. Now that is what TCP socket receiver buffer and how overflow takes place. Okay, overflow takes place. And now the important point here is flow control defines that your receiver will control how much it has to send by the sender. It is not sender's wish to send as much as he can. It is receiver's wish or his request. The server can send more or less. Hope you understood that point. Okay, that is a one word definition. You may please note down this key points. Okay. Now, how this is taking place? As I already said, receiver window field. Okay, receiver window header for header. There is receiver window field, right? Through the receiver window field, it will send what do you say, the available buffer size. Okay, how much it is buffered and how much it is free. That is your RWND field. So once the receiver receive RWND field, he cannot send segments which is having beyond this capacity. I mean, the cumulative data size should be less than RWND. You understand this point? Suppose I am the receiver and I have capacity of say 3 kilobytes, some 3000 something, okay, 3 kilobytes. So what I'll do is the RWND field for the first packet, for the first segment, I'll send a acknowledgement, right? For that, I will send RWND as 3 kilobytes. Now, as and when you receive that, what you should understand is, oh, okay, this fellow has only window size or only capacity as 3 kilobytes. So you will be able to send 3 segments together. If one segment is 1000 KB, okay, or 1000 B. So 3 kilobytes you will send together to me so that I can comfortably handle it. Now, as and when I deliver that to my application layer, what I'll do is RWND field I'll send back as 4 kilobytes. Already one it was in use, so 3 you have sent to me. Now all the 4 I have delivered to application. So now my entire buffer is free. So this RWND field is what do you say? Variable, keep changing every now and then. Okay, so that is what you mean by flow control. Is there any doubt pertaining to this topic? If not, we'll move on to next one, which is connection management. Any doubts, guys? Are you guys online? I'm not seeing any response.
Sir, no doubts.
Shall I call attendance? At least I want to hear your voice. Okay. Okay, let me continue. Connection management. This is another important topic with respect to TCP. You will get a lot of questions in interviews for TCP connection management. Okay, and people have wrong understanding also. Maybe your interviewers sometimes they may expect a wrong answer. I'll tell you what it is. Okay. Okay. Anyway, before exchanging data, sender receivers handshake, do a handshake, okay? Agree to establish connection, each knowing the other willing to establish connection. Agree on connection parameters, okay? So before you, I'll explain what it is, though these statements are little not clear, I guess. Okay. So what does it mean is there are certain parameters it will agree on. One parameter, of course, what you have seen already, it's RC, receiver window size. That is one important parameter. Likewise, few other parameters also it will agree. That is another one is socket number. Socket number in the sense what is a client socket and what is a client socket and what is a server socket. Okay. So in a socket, it's basically the IP address and the port number are part of the socket. Socket is basically a combination of IP address and port number. Okay. Say you are trying to establish a connection to an HTTP server. So definitely HTTP server must be having uh, port number 80 active on it. Otherwise, he cannot respond for your uh, request. Okay, so that is another certain parameter which it will agree upon. Okay, so let us see what it is. In a normal communication, we can say it is a two-way communication. Okay, see, for example, I asked you whether you guys are online. Okay, say a couple of you have said yes, you are online. So I ended that communication there. Okay, if I respond to that, I can say that that is a three-way communication. Okay, otherwise it is a two-way communication. Have you understood what is two-way communication? You are requesting for a connection and the other side fellow is confirm that request. That is what we call as two-way communication. And in computer network, it is always a three-way communication, three-way handshake it is. Okay. So once connection is established, data will be transmitted. Okay. You just have a look here. Is this clear, guys? This technical terms, please try to understand. All of you carefully look at this. If you want, I'll explain this. Okay, I think I need to explain slightly here, which may be slightly confusing to you. Say, choose X. X is a client here, and the left side one is a client here. I'm looking at the second one, and I am explaining. Okay, so request for connection X it is sending. X is nothing but the sequence number is what they meant here. Okay, and the other side fellow is sending an acknowledgement for that request. Okay, so his acknowledgement number will be X. Okay, why I said X is it's only 1 byte. Okay, that's why. If it is 10 bytes, then the acknowledgement number would have been X plus 10. Now, the next sequence number is obviously X plus 1 because the next byte is sending. That is, data is sent. Okay, the sequence number is X plus 1. It is not necessary that only 1 byte information will be there at that point of time. It will be multiple. Okay, the next sequence number will be X plus 1 plus number of bytes it transmitted after establishing the connection. Okay, so hope it is better now. Can I proceed? Okay, now there is, yeah.
Sir, you told if the size of the data is if 10 bytes, the acknowledgement number would have been x plus 10. But since it is 1 byte, shouldn't it be x plus 1 acknowledgement number?
It will be just X. It is usually X plus 1. Yes, you are right.
Okay, sir.
That it will come.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, this is what we are interested in. It's a three-way handshake. Can you guess what it would be, three-way handshake, guys? I want one or two guesses. It can, you just guess and tell me. It's not necessary to be correct. I'm not going to judge on that. I wanted to tell something here. That's why.
Maybe something similar to like how cookies work.
Talk louder. It was not audible.
So maybe something similar to like how cookies work, sir.
How? Cookies is.
Cookies, sir, cookies.
Okay. Some other guess?
Sir, interaction between client and server, sir. First from system to server, then server to client and client to server back.
Okay.
So the first one could be from the client to server asking for like requesting the thing, like uh, then receiving the acknowledgement, and then the client requesting the actual file.
Okay, okay. That's also a good guess. Okay, let me tell.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody
The
wants to tell.
first one is it will send an acknowledgement, sir. This client will send an acknowledgement, like it will ask for a connection, request for a connection. Then the server will respond to that connection, respond to that request. Then again the client will acknowledge for that response which from the server.
Yeah, yeah. That is also a good guess and very correct as well. So I'll tell you I'll tell you one interpretation which is actually wrong. Okay. See, three-way handshake. Usually people say, I have heard this from many people, especially this I heard from I mean few people from North India and a few students from Tamil Nadu also I heard this. Okay, I'll tell you what they used to tell for three-way handshake. Okay, first thing, the two computers you have for communication, right? So the client one, let me take one as client and one as server. So the client will request for a connection. So that is first handshake. Second one is data will be transferred. Third is connection will be terminated. This is what they learned us three-way handshake. And please remember that this is wrong. Okay, that is not three-way handshake. That is in fact nothing. Okay, the reason for people understanding in this way is the textbook which they followed has written in that manner. Okay, that's a mistake in the textbook itself, which was a famous textbook which followed by many people. Okay, in fact, when I studied in 97 or 98 time, I studied wrongly because that textbook which we followed was wrong. Okay, and in the later edition of the same textbook, they rectified it. But still, there may be people who might be referring to the old version of the textbook and who might have studied wrongly. That's why I said interviewers sometimes who interview you will tell what you are wrong, though you say it correctly. So you have to handle it brilliantly. Okay. So this now let us see what is actually three-way handshake. Okay. So in the header format, you have got a synchronization bit and you have got a sequence number. Okay. If you are trying to establish a connection, so SYN flag you will set as 1. Okay. Remember, SYN bit synchronization bit you will set as 1 if you are trying to establish a connection, and sequence number you will set as X. Okay. And when you are sending back, your server will send back an acknowledgement. Okay. See the states how it is changing from listen to SYN sent. It is changing, and server side it is initially in the listen stage, and the synchronization. Somebody is trying to establish connection. So SYN received. So now SYN bit he also will in the reply is TCP header. SYN bit he also will set as 1. Looks like I am fine to set the connection, and he will have a sequence number as Y. Okay, he will put a sequence number. Acknowledgement bit also he will put as 1. Okay, and acknowledgement number he will put sequence number plus 1. The client's sequence number plus 1. Okay, so if I ask you SYN bit is 1, ACK bit is 1, what type of packet it is? If I ask you a MCQ question, you have to say it is a response for a connection establishment request from a client. Have you understood this point? All of you must carefully remember what is this bits and how they are being used in this process. Now this fellow has received synchronization from the server, or the acknowledgement is received. Okay. Now as far as client concerns, the connection is established. Now he will send an acknowledgement for that. So now see here, the acknowledgement bit is 1 and the acknowledgement number is y plus 1. Okay, and sequence number is not mentioned here. It will be x plus 1. Okay, sequence bit will be x plus 1. So now he also is received the acknowledgement and connection is established. So the connection is established. So are you clear with this now? This is quite important for you to understand and remember. Any doubts as of now? Is Priya present today?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear, Priya?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want you to learn this yourself, to understand this yourself. You have studied already finite state machines, all those RDTs and also you must know what is in circle, what is this line means, what is this steps means, and what is the process involved in it. Okay. This you need not have to by heart, you just understand. Okay. But this one you need to memorize clearly. All of you go through this. I'll not explain on this. Can I proceed, guys? No, next is how do you close a connection? TCP closing a connection. Okay. So this is also three-way handshake they call. For closing a connection also we call it as three-way handshake only. Okay. So let us we'll look into the diagram and explain. This will be easy. Okay. Already the status is connection is established. Okay, connection is established. Now the client initiates the connection, terminates request. So for that there is a fin bit in the header format, right? Fin bit will be set as 1 and sequence number is some value x. Okay. Now the server, what he will do, both the fellows are in the established state. As and when the client sends, it is in final bit wait stage 1. Okay. Okay. When he sends pin wait 1, that is he's received all the data. I don't want any more data, but I can can no longer send, but can receive data. Okay, he is still able to receive, but he will not send anything. That's what fin state 1 means. Okay. Now this fellow is received a closing request from the client. Now his state will be close wait state. So the acknowledgement bit will be 1. Okay, and acknowledgement number will be x plus 1. Okay, wait for server to close. So now this is the immediate acknowledgement, and one more acknowledgement will come with fin bit is equal to 1. Okay, see, this is the additional step what you are seeing from a three-way handshake in the initial communication, I mean connection establishment. This step is additional. Okay, so it is very easy to remember. For any communication, TCP is bound to send an acknowledgement. So as and when he receives the signal, he will send the acknowledgement, and he will process the request to close the connection, and he will send a fin bit fin final from the server side also. Now once that is received, connection is closed. Okay, connection is closed. So that are the steps. Both the sides, they are closing it. So you need to, if we ask a question, explain TCP connection closure diagram, or a question, explain how TCP establishes a connection and terminates a connection. You are expected to draw these diagrams and explain. Any doubts on this? So I'll stop today's class with this topic.
Sir,
Principles of congestion control, I'll do it tomorrow. Before I close, I wanted to go back to the header format once. Yes, somebody has a confusion? Doubt?
yes, sir. Like you told, in both the connection establishment and in the connection termination, you told the fin in connection establishment acknowledgement bit will be 1, right? Can you go to that slide, sir?
It will be set. See, look at this header format. You have reset bit is there, synchronization is there, fin is there. Okay. F
No,
stands for
sir. We have already set the acknowledgement bit to 1. So
No.
even if it is again 1 means even if there is no connection, the acknowledgement bit would have been still set to 1. So we wouldn't know that it is actually set by the third connection or not.
I will go back to that. Give me a minute. Let us try to look into this header formats once again. The header format once again. Okay. Now you will be able to understand it in a better way. So you have sequence number here. You have acknowledgement number here, and all of you know what is sequence number and what is acknowledgement number without any doubt now. Okay. So you have on top of that you have reset, SYN and FIN bits. Synchronization bits and synchronization bit F bit. Okay, and there is an acknowledgement bit also, A bit. Okay, see, this acknowledgement bit is what used for while sending an acknowledgement for a TCP data. Okay, TCP data or connection establishment. When you try to establish a connection, when a reply is coming, this A bit will be set. So for connection establishment, three-way handshake, you are using A bit, then S bit, and you are using F bit also. Okay. Reset you are not using. P you are not using. Okay. And U also you are not using. UP. UPR you are not using. UPR. Rest all you are using. Don't get confused with this. Okay. Is it clear, guys?
Sir, when is RST bit used, sir?
RST is used when there is a connection reset is required. due to some reason, you need to reset a connection. In that case, R will be used. It's kind of a what do you say, Control Alt Delete button in your keyboard, no? You actually interrupt a connection. Similarly, R is used for reset. That is, I have not come across any situation where reset is used.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, now I'll go back to Leela Krishnan's question. Where is your problem here, Leela? Some doubt here, no? Sorry, Priyadarshan.
So, during the second stage, after the fin bit turns 1, acknowledgement bit also turns 1, right, sir?
Yes.
Then again the fin bit is 1, and again the acknowledgement bit remains 1. So
Yes.
even if that doesn't happen, it would have fin bit and acknowledgement it would have been still 1. So we actually don't know whether it is because of the third and fourth the fin and acknowledgement bit are 1. Like
No, I got just in your question. See, you are talking about the second communication, this one where my mouse pointer is, right?
yes, sir.
Here you are saying acknowledgement bit is 1 and acknowledgement number is x plus 1. This is indicating that server has received a communication and it is just responding for that. That's all. Okay. By receiving this, a client will understand, okay, I have sent a fin bit and for that I got a response. So server is processing it. You understood that?
Yes, sir.
Now, after server processing the fin bit of the client, he will send back one more communication. That is again fin bit 1. Here, it is not treated as an acknowledgement. Even if you treat it as an acknowledgement also, it is fine. Okay. But the process here is server is processing the connection and connection is closed. Server will ensure that, okay, there is no more data is to be sent from my side, and he also will get convinced and he will send a fin bit back. Okay. The point here is fin bit is set 1. We are not bothered much on acknowledgement bit, whether it is 1 or 0. In this communication, when you are doing in lab tomorrow, maybe tomorrow's lab you can do this connection establishment and termination. You check what is the value of acknowledgement bit there. Okay.
Yes, sir. I will check it in lab.
Yeah, we'll see that tomorrow. Okay. Then he will send once again acknowledgement for this communication. Okay. Theoretically speaking, this is a fresh communication. As a fresh communication, server will send fin connection. Just like this fellow has sent, the client has sent a connection termination request. No, similarly, server also will send a connection termination request, and it will close the connection. Is it clear, guys? So next topic is congestion control. Congestion control is controlled by network actually. Okay, that is essentially controlled by routers in between devices, whereas flow control is controlled by the receiver, the end device. Okay, there is no role for network in between. Okay, only this is only dependent on the client buffer size, the flow control. Is this point clear, guys? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
We'll stop with this today. Thank you all.